Competition and regulatory law is the only law module in the CCP certificate, and what we do is in that module we cover all the basic pillars of competition law. So it deals with anti-competitive agreements, with the abuse of dominance, we look at merger control, and we also deal with remedies in that module. And overall we analyze the legal requirements that are needed, for example, to demonstrate that we have the competitive agreement or that we have an abuse of dominance. Competition and regulatory law is suitable for everyone, so you don't need to have a background in law. So it is suitable for economists, political scientists, but of course also for lawyers. Every session starts with an introduction to the basics of competition law, and we then move on to more complicated topics. So even if you don't have a background in law or in competition law, or you have very rudimentary knowledge about competition law, this module is suitable for you. But then of course subsequently we build up and we also address the needs of those who have worked in competition law or competition economics for some time. We essentially cover all the pillars of competition law, and we also have a session on remedies. So the pillars of competition law are anti-competitive agreements, the abuse of dominance, and merger control. Anti-competitive agreements are essentially agreements between either competitors or between suppliers and manufacturers, so horizontal or vertical agreements that could harm competition. So that's the first part of the module. In the second part, we look at the abuse of dominance. So that is the part of competition law that deals with firms that have market power. A recent example are the proceedings against Google that were conducted by the European Commission. In the third part of the module, we look at merger control. So merger control deals with mergers, and we look at the requirements, we look at the thresholds, we look at any kind of defenses that firms may have if they want to proceed with a merger and they claim that there are, for example, efficiencies. And finally, we have a session on remedies, especially in the age of digitalization. In digital markets, we have seen a lot of challenges with regards to creating effective remedies, and the final session is addressing those kind of problems. The takeaway for students is, first of all, of course, that they will get a basic knowledge of all the relevant competition rules. We focus mainly on EU law, but we also look at other jurisdictions, like, for example, the UK. The students will get up-to-date information, and we will discuss current developments, like, for example, the Digital Markets Act. This is a fairly new development. They will have opportunity to discuss critical issues amongst themselves, but also with us, with the teaching team. And finally, this law module complements the economic modules in the CCP certificate.